Hello and welcome to Punchlines. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. If you only knew what happened right before we go on the air sometimes, there's just chaos and madness, but we're okay now. Everything is fine, and it's going to be a great show. It's going to be an awesome show, almost as awesome as this picture of Wembanyama and Connor Bedard meeting for the first time. The number one pick in the NBA, the number one pick in the NHL, both going to be around for a long, long time. They met because, why did they meet, Ryan? Because they're both, the
Spurs are in Chicago tonight.
There we go. Spurs are in Chicago. Look at that. Look at that height differential. And as Sean, one of our APs over there, wisely produced or pointed out, that looks like the size difference between me and the Christmas tree we have right up front. So I'm Wemby. I'm Wemby in this scenario. Tree, you're Connor Bedard. Ha! You're the best hockey player of the next 20 years. Oh, wait, that's good. But I don't know. Wemby. He's going to be good for 20 years. Although, Chet Holmgren's probably your rookie of the year as of right now, right?
Yeah, he's piling up those blocks.
Killing it. You know, I mean, obviously he was out last year with the injury, but, you know, you get to learn the system. You get to learn the game. He might be the rookie. I don't know if there's a futures, but I'm sure it was.
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
I'm sure it was Wemby, right? Like, he's the one to go. But
yeah, he was the favorite.
Yeah, but Holmgren, damn. Listen, we're only 2 days away, or 5 days away from Christmas, but we only have today and tomorrow, and then we're on a little break until the day after Christmas. We're back on the 26th, so it's a Christmas present to you viewers. We could have taken off the week between Christmas. No, there's too much action. We got games, we got bowls, we got playoffs, we got hockey, we got basketball. On the show today, an old friend of mine from the Laugh Factory in California. Oh, he's walking up the ramp as I speak. He has a residency here at the LA Comedy Club at the Stratosphere Hotel, and he'll be here in the studio in a couple minutes. Butch Bradley is here. Very funny guy. I haven't seen him in a while, so it'll be very exciting to see him. He'll be in about 10 minutes, and then later today, I'll probably be later today, I'm going to be a guest on Sports by the Book with Jeff Parles, who will be here, of course. Jeff Parles, who has a residency here in the studio because he's been doing the show longer than me. Thank you very much, Ann. All right, warm up those laughs because Butch is here. At 3:40, I'll be doing a live hit on that show, and it's somewhere in the hotel. We can't say, but it's going to be pretty cool. Right, Ann? All right, thumbs up from Ann. It's going to be neat. So, just stay on YouTube, just stay on our YouTube channel throughout this show, and then come back at 3 for Sports by the Book. And I will be somewhere at 3:40. Today is December 21st, 2023. It's the first day of the winter solstice. It's first day of winter, and it's the shortest day of the year for us here in the United States. So it's kind of fitting that today is what day, Ryan? National Flashlight Day. I brought my flashlight in right there. I even brought one. It's I'm doing Carrot Top. Carrot Top got a residency here. I thought I could do it. So, yeah. Thank you, Butch. There it is, National Flashlight Day. Did you bring a flashlight, Ryan?
I thought about it. My phone has one, so.
Your phone has one. Yeah, you kids today with the phone. So I have one. Oh, look, Jerry has one too. Oh, you both have. How'd you get it on so quick? And Sean's doing it too. I thought you have to unlock.
No, you can just hold the flashlight thing. Oh my God, we're teaching.
No, I knew that. Is it on?
No.
Well, why is it on now?
Now it's on.
And then I hold it again and it's off. And then I can make phone calls on this. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus, Butch, it's sad, man. It's sad. Okay.
You can also adjust the dimness of the flashlight.
Really?
You did,
oh, look at Ann's even doing it. Ann, you're doing it. Ann, you're making it. Okay, now it's you guys. Am I supposed to sing Freebird now? Because I feel like this is cigarette. Wow. Ann, holding a cigarette lighter up at a concert. Have you ever held up a cigarette lighter at a concert, Ryan?
I have never needed a cigarette lighter.
But you do at concerts. That's what we used to do.
That's what you do.
And name a concert you held a cigarette lighter up at.
Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears. Makes me want to shout. Tell us. Now, why are you laughing at Tears for Fears, Sean? That's a good band.
You said it wrong.
What did I say?
Freeze.
Tears for Freeze.
Tears for Freeze. I'm still drunk from the holiday party 2 nights ago. Let's talk about the Jameson shots I did. No, I'm fine. I did one at John Cougar. That's right. It was John Cougar. I held up a lighter. That was the first one. And then it was a buddy of mine, and I didn't realize that it heats up, and then I burned my thumb on it. So I'll never do that again. But now you got the flashlights, and Taylor Swift's got her whole wristband thing. Anyway, today's National Flashlight Day, and it's show number 52. Yesterday was show number 51. We showed Area 51. I wore a 51's jersey, but 52. Let's see who you got today in the collage, Ryan. Famous athletes that have worn 50. Oh, you had to put Ray Lewis in there.
Had to put him in front.
You had to put him in there. All right. Patrick Willis. Mike. Okay, you got Mike Webster in there. That was the one I definitely wanted to see.
Yeah,
Hall of Fame
I
center.
thought about putting Mike White like really small behind Ray
Putting
Lewis.
Mike White or Mike Webster?
Mike Webster, I'm sorry.
Oh, so we both messed one up so far. Oh, it's Tears for Fears isn't so funny now, is it? Anyway, so you were going to put Mike Webster really small to piss me off?
Yeah, behind Ray Lewis.
Now, best center of all time. if you've ever seen the movie Concussion, have you ever seen the movie Concussion really, Mike Webster was one of the first cases they studied for CTE. And he played with the Chiefs, too. I always forget that he played with the Chiefs for a year or so after the Steelers, but Hall of Famer for sure, all-time Steeler great. Khalil Mack having a resurgence with the Chargers.
Yep.
What a year he's... Oh, that's right. He was once a Chicago Bear, wasn't he?
That he was, but decided to go with the current jersey, so...
Yeah, you couldn't do it. And then a guy we talked about on the show before that's very surprised, CC Sabathia, who got 300 wins or 3,000 strikeouts. There was one that we had it backwards when Chris Andrews was in here. I think he ended up getting 300 wins. No, he couldn't have. Anyway, he was, the Pirates were supposed to draft him and they didn't. They bypassed and the Indians took him.
3,000 strikeouts.
Okay, he got 3,000 strikeouts.
3,093 strikeouts. He had 251 wins.
251 wins. Again, we talk about this on the show all the time. We don't know if anyone's ever going to win 300 games again. Verlander has a shot, and then after that, it could be a long, long time until that happens again. If not, maybe forever. Cespedes, the Oakland. Who do you have him with? Cespedes?
With the Mets.
With the Mets. Oh, it's up top. There he is.
Yep.
That guy disappeared, man. Signed that big deal, got hurt,
Yep.
sat out a year, came back, then was hurt again, and then never heard from again. But when he was with Oakland, he was unbelievable. And he has that one throw from left field where he threw it to home plate on a line.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a freak, man. And then, of course, the name I don't recognize, there's always at least one hockey player, and it looks like it's a Blackhawks uniform. Big shocker. Who is that?
Buff Daddy, Dustin Bufflin.
Okay, and does he still play with the Blackhawks?
No, he's retired.
Yeah, that's they're holding up a cup, so that's been a while.
Well, he won it. He won the cup in 2010 with the Hawks, and then he went to Winnipeg, and then he ended up retiring Winnipeg in 2017.
And there's Patrick Willis in the corner, 49ers, great. Yeah, there he is.
Retired early too.
Yeah, he was like a surprise, right? It was like in training camp. He's like, I'm done.
Yeah, he and Navarro Bowman.
Yeah, that's right. That hit the Niners hard, but the Niners are in a good place right now, so good for them. All right, we can open up Frank's Fast Takes. This graphic here, we have a little line here. Butch, maybe he can hear this.
No.
No? Should we do take two? Take two? Can we do it again?
We'll
do it again. We'll do it live. Here it goes. Listen.
All right. Begin.
There we go.
Yeah, you guys heard it. I didn't hear shit. All right. Anyway, it's Billy Gardell saying, all right, let's begin. Billy Gardell was in Jersey Boys, directed by Clint Eastwood, and Clint Eastwood doesn't yell action. He just says, all right, begin. And then instead of saying cut, he says, that's enough of that. So we have Billy Gardell sound drop. Anyway, happy birthday. It's posthumous. Josh Gibbs. Josh Gibbs, who I read about as a kid in all my baseball books. This guy, it was a.k.a. the Black Babe Ruth. He hit over 800 home runs and is in the Hall of Fame, rightfully so. Unfortunately, never got to play in the major leagues, but you can see there, Homestead Grays and the Pittsburgh Crawfords, two Negro League teams based in Pittsburgh, Jerry. There we go. There's my two mentions of Pittsburgh. That's two. Two mentions. I mentioned Mike Webster and Josh Gibson played the Negro Leagues in Pittsburgh. But yeah, some say 800 home runs. Some say he hit a ball over 600 feet.
Jeez.
I don't know. We don't know back then, but what a ball player. There's a great movie called Delroy Lindo plays Satchel Paige. And the guy who played Bubba Gump, Michael T. Williamson, he played Josh Gibson. And then Blair Underwood played Jackie Robinson. I can't think of the name of it, but they played the three Negro League stars. And Delroy Lindo is Satchel Paige. He shows up to a game, and this is the greatest line in the movie. He goes, Satch, you can't pitch. You haven't warmed up. And he goes, I ain't never cooled down. And me and my buddy Frank Murgy, if he's watching, we'll quote that line. What was that movie called? We'll get it later. Going down. I can't remember. Anyway. Let's talk about female tennis players. Happy birthday, and this is a great birthday to celebrate. Number 69 for Chris Everett. She was Chris Everett Lloyd when I was a kid. She dated Jimmy Connors for a long time. Anyway, Chris Everett's birthday today. She's 69 years old, and the reason I also say I'm really happy that we can talk about it is she has battled cancer. She fought it and won, but just last week she announced that she'd recently been re-diagnosed with cancer. But, I mean, the woman's a fighter. She won 18 Grand Slams. When I was a kid, and you probably remember, it was her or Martina Navratilova. That was it. You turned on women's tennis.
Prettier.
She was prettier, and that's why I like Chris Everett. Yes. She was very pretty, but she did a lot of commercials. She did like Crystal Light. She was everywhere on TV. So she's 69, and we hope a year from now that we can wish her a happy 70th birthday, and that we're still doing this show. That would be a good thing, too.
That would be great.
Show 52, we'd be at, what show would we be at by then? We'd be at like 200 or 300.
Well, yeah. There's 365 days a year. So.
Well, but we don't do weekends, Ryan.
Well, yeah, but you still got to do 5 days a week.
I understand that. So it's like
52,
250.
Yeah.
So I said we'd be at around 300. We'd be at around 302.
Would we in a year?
Right. It'd be like 302.
110 plus 60.
312.
That
How many
would be-
weekdays are there? 250 in a year, no? Minus 104. It's a leap year next year, by the way, I believe.
Should be, yeah.
Factor that shit in. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
All
Like,
right.
subscribe, comment, all that on the videos.
What's that again?
Like, subscribe, comment, all
Yes.
that on the videos.
Please
That'll
like and
keep
subscribe.
us.
How many subscribers are we up to?
Up to 893.
Oh, 893. The push for 900. That's about how many home runs Josh Gibson hit, like 893. So one for each Josh Gibson. By the way, Sean, who works on the show yesterday, we were at 887, and you go, oh boy, whoever's next will be 888. So Sean, he goes, 8's my favorite number. I'm going to be 888. And I'm like, you mean you haven't subscribed to our show and you've been working for 3 months? He's like, no, I have a different account. He has a lot of, we don't know what goes on with Sean over there. There's a lot of secrets. This is dark in that corner. We don't know what he does over there. But anyway, please subscribe, like the show. You guys are doing great with sharing it and liking it, and keep it going. And I want to point out, I don't have the live comments pulled up just yet, but there's major shakeup in the live comments. One of our show regulars has changed his name. You know who I'm talking about? I'm talking to you in Lucky Man. He's changed his name to Lucky Man. It used to be something a little profane that we couldn't say on the show regularly, but now he's Lucky Man because that's always what I referred to him instead of Lucky. Fill in the blank.
Donkey. Yeah.
Donkey. There you go. Yeah. So anyway, Lucky Man, I can't believe you did that, but thank you. I can't see the live comments yet. We're going to bring our special guest in here any second. One final birthday. Sam Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson today is 75 years old for Sam Jackson.
Who is that?
You ever seen any movie ever? He's the black guy.
That clip from Ted is brilliant. By the way, on Peacock next year, there's an origin series coming out about Ted. Seth MacFarlane milking it. I love it. By the way, I could watch Ted any day of the week. The sequel, by the way, not bad either, right?
Yep.
Ted 2?
Yeah, that's what that's from.
Yeah. Although they make fun of it on Family Guy a lot because the courtroom scene at the end was really long. It really was. It was a little long. But Ted will be a TV show. But Samuel L. Jackson, of course, he's famous for saying the word Jerry is said on the show, and Greg Vaughn has dropped. And Jacqueline Marfuji Caprio said it the other day. She swore.
You covered it up, though.
Yeah, clear the snakes out of the cockpit, yeah.
This is the edited version, everyone.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday, Friday plane. Everybody strap in.
Monday, Friday plane.
I'm about to open some freaking windows.
That's the best. That's the best. Any edited version is always funny. Monkey fighting. I love it. I met Sam Jackson once. I'm dropping names. Watch out. Watch your toes, Butch. Everyone look out. He was in Jackie Brown. My cousin did some effects on Jackie Brown, so I was on set one day, and I got to meet Sam Jackson. I took a picture with him, and it was with a disposable camera. That's how long ago it was. Ryan, you ever used a disposable camera?
Yes, I have.
You have.
Yep.
He's only 23, Butch. It's ridiculous.
Get them printed at Walgreens.
You
right?
print them at Walgreens, yeah. We used to have to wait weeks for our pictures. Weeks. Now, you got your fancy flashlight on your phone. You got everything on this phone. This phone can take pictures instantly.
You can hold the camera on the thing too and open your camera and stuff.
That I knew. I knew you could open the camera, but it seems to never come on right away. Oh, it did right there. Okay, never mind. Might as well take a picture of everyone. There we go. Oh, it's on live. Oh, do I hate that setting? That live setting. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it saves.
And then it's like you get
3
video
seconds.
there. I'm turning it off.
Yeah.
Wow, this is fascinating television right here, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, happy birthday. 50. And then my last clip. That's right. This one I love. All right, it's Kiefer Sutherland's birthday today. Kiefer Sutherland, 24. He was Jack Bauer. Did you watch 24?
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
It's either yes or no. It's
well,
not.
I've seen episodes with my grandpa, but I haven't watched.
With your grandpa.
Yeah.
I know. His grandpa. So are you saying like only grandparents enjoyed 24 back in the aughts, the 2000 aughts? Anyway, great show.
I don't think you want me to answer that question.
Oh, you have a picture of him from Lost Boys. That's an excellent movie right there. One of the best soundtracks of my youth. And then here's the clip I really want to show. Now, there was a 24 rap party. You can start rolling the clip, right? Because he's on the Graham Norton show. There it is. Okay, there. That's a drunken Kiefer Sutherland jumping into a Christmas tree in the lobby of a fancy hotel. Now, remember that I said this year. I want to start I don't want to start a trend on TikTok of people jumping into trees. What I want to do is I think for charity, we every year we get in touch with Kiefer Sutherland and he jumps into that same tree and everyone donates money to a good charity. I said I was going to do it one year. when I was really drunk, but then I forgot. So anyway, I just think it's great because he dove into that tree. He was hammered. If you watch the clip, you can watch it on YouTube, the longer clip. You want to talk about running a tight ship. I told Butch Bradley he'd be on at 12:15. It is 12:15 and 15 seconds right now. Butch, come on in as I introduced you. This gentleman right here, I've known for a long time. We used to work together at the Laugh Factory. He now has a residency here at the best comedy club in town, what I'm told. I'm going to go there tonight and do a set. The LA Comedy Club at the Strat. Look at the timing on this. Butch Bradley, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
welcome, it's Grandpa.
Did you watch
Good to be
24?
here. I remember when.
On the
device in my pocket. Help.
Can you believe? Okay, the flashlight thing. I think I knew. Is it on again? Okay, now it's on and now it's off.
Ryan
Wow.
just feels way too smart. Like, it's just, like, I don't feel like you're going to win a lot of arguments. Even if you do verbally, in his head, he said something
Yeah,
else.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, look, he's dapperly dressed every day.
Yeah, he looks good.
Tried
Again, he's got an internship with Century 21, kind of a dated joke with the gold blazer.
Yo,
But anyway, he looks good.
How about you? Do you understand? I don't think they know you like I do. I'm in Hollywood chasing my dream, and you were like one of the big stars. Like,
Please.
For real. Like, I remember seeing you, and I was like, "Hey, dude, I watch your show."
Get out of here,
Yes,
son.
at the factory.
I'll tell you, I got a lot of nice comments. Jay Moore, a lot of people had watched Street Smarts because as a comic, you were up until 2 and when that's when the show usually aired.
Watched you every night, and then I'm like, oh, I'm on the lineup with that dude.
Oh, please.
No, it's true. You're humble, but
that's awesome.
Those were amazing years at the factory in Hollywood.
The early 2000s, man.
It was so scary and terrifying.
Yeah.
It was like, it wasn't one weigh-ins. It was all the weigh-ins. You're like, there's like 17 weigh-ins going one at a time. And then it'd be like you and Mitch Mulaney and Seinfeld and Sandler and Tim Allen, like everybody.
Tim Allen.
It was sick.
You know, the worst thing that ever happened to me at the Laugh Factory, I've not told this. I was there. It was like February. I hadn't done stand-up in like a year. So I go out to dinner with some friends, which I never like to do before a show, right? And especially after I haven't done stand-up in a long time.
Makes you sleepy.
It's sleepy. Then it turns out, I find out the next day I had the flu and like a temperature of like well over 100. So anyway, I get to the Laugh Factory. I have friends up there, and there were some celebrity friends there. I don't want to drop the names. Should I drop the names, Ann?
I would drop them.
Let's drop them. I'm dropping them. Nick Lachey,
Nice.
Jessica Simpson, who was a mutual friend. That's when they were married. And then here was the one that got me really geeked up. Meadow Soprano was there, Jamie Lynn Sigler, who I had a big crush on, who didn't, right, from The Sopranos. So I'm about to go up. I'm not feeling well. It's getting late on the Late Show. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest, Chris Rock, is here. So Chris Rock goes up and does his Oscar monologue that he's going to do the following week and just destroys the room. So, and does 30 minutes, right?
Right.
And I'm just sweating more, not from nerves, but just I'm under the weather. It's close to midnight. I go on. Not my best set ever. Plus, I hadn't done stand-up in a long time. And I told my buddy, don't bring everyone to this set. I need to get my legs back a little.
I think when you say Chris Rock, anybody who's done stand-up is like, hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were like Joe Morley from Idaho.
No, it was Chris Rock. And he does his Oscar monologue.
Right.
When we watched the Oscars, we saw like a trimmed down version, but it was hysterical, right? And it was pouring rain, and it was a long night, but it turned out all right. But
It's always incredible to watch like Chris and those type of comics like start to work on their specials, and they were terrible.
Right.
But who am I to think that? I'm like, I'm behind the Comedy Store. I'm like, this is terrible. And then like 3 weeks later, a work of art, and I'm like, I have so much to learn. Right?
Put the work in. I got to put the work in. So tell us about your residency. How long have you been doing this here? I have yet to come to the club. I'm going to come down tonight. Tell us about the comedy club, the LA Comedy Club at the Strat.
Before I do I have 60 seconds to tell a Kiefer story?
Yes, tell a Kiefer story.
I have to tell a Kiefer story. You remember Coaching Horses, the bar next to the Laugh Factory, like 2 blocks down?
Absolutely.
A really dark little bar.
It was near Guitar Center, kind of.
Yes,
Yeah.
of
I've been
course.
in
When
there.
you said Jameson, I figured you knew that. Yeah. People who love J-Mo can be like, I know Coaching Horses.
By the way, there's a JMO bar in Hollywood now. It's just Jameson.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay, anyway.
So I go into this bar. I'm with Marty Blasky. I'll name drop. He was a comedian. He was crutchy in Newsies.
Oh, my God.
But he's really mild-mannered. You know what I mean? And I see Kiefer Sutherland sitting right next to the jukebox with a buddy. There's not many people there. And before I speak, Marty goes, hey, you cannot talk to you cannot talk to Kiefer Sutherland. I go, let's make a deal. If he talks to me first, I'm allowed to talk to him. So I'm just kind of hanging out. And by luck, Kiefer Sutherland leans over and goes, you two were just at the Laugh Factory, right? And I looked at Marty like, game on.
Yeah, right. We have permission granted.
So all of a sudden, it turns into this really cool conversation. He's telling us jokes his father told him. Donner,
Oh, my God,
It's
yeah.
like incredible,
Come
right?
on.
And I'm like, can I buy you a shot? I don't know why that
Sure.
New Jersey person
Yeah,
comes
no,
out.
that's good.
I'm like, can I buy you a shot? He goes, let me buy you a shot. Let me buy you a shot. So
Come
he
on.
sends us shots. He's drinking something crazy to the rim on the rocks. And the bartender leans in and goes, I don't think you understand who you're trying to drink shots with. And I'm like, he's like, what? He's like, he's drinking like something like Seagram 7 to the rim, right? So we're
Like it's a Coke,
We're
yeah.
drinking. I put music in the jukebox. I play The Cure because I love The Cure.
Sure.
But I don't really openly tell everybody The Cure is my jam. So I start to walk, and Kiefer Sutherland yells, Butch. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. He's calling my name. I go, it's the only time I'm going to be able to do it. Yes, Kiefer.
What's up, Kiefer? Yeah.
Yes, Kiefer. And he goes, did you play The Cure? I go, I did. He goes, I love The Cure.
That's awesome.
That's my story.
Oh my God!
That's
by the
my
way, The
story.
Cure was a band, Ryan. They had a lot of hits
Back
on
in
record.
1842,
Right,
they used to
you're-
play by fire. Like we'd light a fire. We'd all gathered around.
And your grandparents probably told you about The Cure.
What are bands?
Oh God! See exactly.
Yeah.
Quick story about The Cure. Comedian named Bob. Oh God. Bowman. John Bowman. He was playing a club in Florida, and The Cure was playing like the stadium, like the Orange Bowl.
Right.
But they were staying at the hotel where the comedy club was.
Right.
So he gets off stage, and the lead singer of The Cure, Robert Smith, comes up to him, who's got the big hair.
Yeah.
If you know what Robert Smith looks like, pull up a picture if you can,
Oh,
right?
don't make him. It'll be frightening.
He might scare you. So he goes up to him. Robert Smith comes up. He's like, "Oh, you're really great, man. Very funny." And he's like, "Oh, thanks." He's like, "Yeah, I know what it's like, the stress of performing." And he's like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "Are you like in a band?" He goes, "Are you like in a band?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm in a band." And he's like, and this is what he says to him. He goes, "Oh, are you like the hotel band in the lounge next door?" And he goes, "I'm in The Cure. Haven't you heard of the effing Cure? I'm the lead singer of The Cure, man." And storms away. And he's like, "I had no idea." There he is. There's the thing. That's what he looked like. Imagine that angry at you.
Oh, I love him, man.
So yeah, so he yelled at him, but that was the line that set him up. He's like, "Oh, are you like in the band in the lounge in the next door at the Marriott here?"
Right.
And he flipped out. He goes, "No, we stay out." Oh, and then the last line he goes, "No, we stay out here so people don't F with us downtown." So yeah, he's like, "We stay out." Oh my God. So anyway, that's excellent. You played the Cure for Kiefer
Played
Sutherland.
The Cure, and we're boys. And then like, he gave me his personal phone number.
Come on.
Yeah, so he's like the third celeb to just go, call me.
Yeah.
But then you do, and I'm like, yeah, he's not picking up.
Right.
Like I called again. I left, hey, Kiefer,
Right.
it's Butch.
You remember?
Can you imagine? He's like, I got to stop giving my number.
I got to stop drinking.
When I go to coaching horses, take my phone away.
I
Yeah.
did that once with a celebrity who is now incarcerated. But Ron Jeremy was at the Laugh Factory.
I
one
used
night.
to live like right by his building on Sycamore in Hollywood.
Oh my God.
That's how I knew I was living in a shady neighborhood.
Hey, pull up a picture of Ron Jeremy. Don't. Do not. Do not pull up a picture.
Yeah.
Any picture you Google of Ron Jeremy
Yeah.
will not be suitable for this show
He used to come to like all the shows.
all the time.
Yeah.
He was there with Mike Piazza one night, the baseball player.
I think
of all
him and
things.
Jeff Ross are actually the same person.
Are they?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird the people we bumped into at the Laugh Factory. I remember Pink was there one night, and
So
I was
many
like,
legends.
yeah, just like unbelievable. But that club,
How about Rodney? People don't realize, by the way, this is important for Ryan to hear.
yes, Ryan, listen to
At
this.
79, 80, 81, like destroying any comic you
Yeah.
can think of in your life. He'd come in his shorts, and he'd pull his shorts up, and he'd go up, and dude, this is a great story. Do I have a second?
Yes,
Things
you have
up?
plenty of time.
So Rodney comes up. He's killing. And he's got like the camo short, the beige shorts that your grandpa has
Right.
with the shirt. The way you picture us right now,
Right.
Ryan. Hey,
When
Ryan.
you look at me, Ryan.
Ryan, am I facing the proper direction? I'm sorry, Ryan. I don't even know you.
He's a
I
good
apologize.
dude. No, he's fine.
I
He's
can't
fine.
help it. I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So he goes up. He's killing, and he goes, "All right, I'm going to do some new stuff." Right. So he pulls out his readers.
Come on.
But he does it really slow. Puts them on. He takes out 2 folds of paper, opens it like 8 times, grabs the mic. He goes, "You tell me when these suck." So he's killing. Like this guy wrote unbelievable. It's like joke.
Yeah, just hammering.
And then one hits, and this guy in the back goes, "That one sucked." And Rodney pauses, folds this thing up like 12 times, puts it in so slow, takes his readers off. I thought he was leaving.
Right.
He grabs the mic stage and he leans out and he goes, F you. Then he takes his readers out, puts them on, unfolds it, really slow, grabs the mic. He goes, we'll continue. Yeah.
But for the insult.
Yeah, like,
tucked
yeah.
everything away.
Yeah.
I told these guys recently, him and Jerry Stiller were down there one night, and afterwards outside, we all would hang out, and he came out, hey, funny kid, you know. So to have Rodney Dangerfield tell you were funny, that was like, that was before these devices. So I didn't get a picture, and I didn't have a disposable on.
Yo, they would not, those type of guys were not into pictures before.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's so funny, though. I tried to, like, I did HBO's Young Comics thing.
Yeah.
And Billy Crystal was there and Steve Martin, and I had my little wind-up camera. You're going to have to, Ryan's going to have to look that up. I was chasing him with my little yellow camera, and Steve Martin knew someone was chasing him.
Right.
And you see him accelerating. And I go, I'm a comedian. And he turns, he goes, what? I go, can I have a picture? And he goes, like, make it fast.
Wow.
But it's so funny getting those pictures,
yeah. Oh, my God. And then if it's the last one, you're like, oh, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out.
but they hated taking pictures then.
Yeah.
I think, like, a lot of comics or celebs
Steve
today.
Martin used to, and I read about this in one of his books or something, he used to hand out cards when you'd meet him. People would ask for autographs because I don't do autographs. And he carried these business cards with him that said, my name is Steve Martin. This card verifies that I met you and I found you pleasant or something. And he would hand these cards, and I'm like, I would kill for one of those, right? How cool would that be? But I was on Laurel Canyon, coming down Laurel Canyon once, and Steve Martin was in a Mercedes next to me in back one car, and I was just like, and it was Steve Martin. So I'm like, I'm like honking, and he finally looks, I just wave, and he kind of looks like, do I know you? And he just waved back, and I was like, that's good enough. That was good enough. I'm like, are you kidding? His albums, his comedy albums, Ryan. Steve Martin. You know Steve Martin, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheaper by the dozen?
Cheaper. It goes with cheaper by the dozen. I would have said The Jerk, but okay. Anyway, enough celebrity name dropping here on the show. But
Mel Gibson. I'm on the 405.
Oh, wait, there you go. That certifies that I had a personal account.
They found it.
I found to be warm, polite, intelligent, and funny. All right, I was close.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Nice job. You pulled that up that fast?
Can you imagine having one of those?
That'd be amazing.
Google
And then he
does.
actually...
What's wrong with me that I'm like, I'd throw it right on eBay? Is that wrong with me? I'm sorry.
Is that where you saw it? Is it on eBay?
I just
Is it on eBay?
No.
We should, yeah.
I know,
wait.
right?
And by the way, the Christmas tree thing, because I'm not a healthy person, you planted that. And before you said I don't want people to do it, I thought I still have time.
Immediately.
That's what I thought. I
We'll
thought
do it
I still
tonight.
have like a week left to be able to do this.
Is there a tree at the comedy
I'm
club?
doing this shit.
We're going to video
Stuff.
There's one for $30
We're
on
not
eBay.
curse on here. I'm sorry.
You could do. I said,
sorry.
well, Jerry accidentally let the F-bomb slip one day, but he wasn't on mic. What was that, Ryan?
I said there's one for $30 on eBay.
All right. Well,
$30. That feels fake.
pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm buying that. I'm buying that though.
But yeah, I remember it was some phrasing of that sort. But if there's a tree at the other, if you want to jump into it tonight, we will get a clip of it and show it on the. But
Wait,
we don't
why
want to
am I
endorse that.
alone? I feel like we both get arrested.
Well,
I'm not
I'll have
getting
a shot
arrested
of Jameson,
alone.
and then we'll jump into the tree. All right, it's happening tonight.
Go
at the
live
other
into
company.
that tree?
What's that? I can't do it here. I'm employed here. I don't want to break that. And
Listen, those of you out
then
there
the show's
that
over.
jump on trees, I feel like this is great.
it would be you could
It's
see
for charity.
a TikTok
Every tree
trend.
you take down, Frank's donating $1,000.
No.
No.
I need a sip of water here. What did you bring there? What is that?
That's my matcha.
You're all you're big health. You're a health nut.
I'm not. I'm
Health
not.
nut?
Look, I don't know if I'm a health nut. I was tearing it up and exhausted from the road.
Right.
So I stopped drinking 4 years ago, which feels sinful because every day I'm like, get back in there. and also, guys will come up and go, hey, I was thinking about stop drinking. And I go, why?
Yeah,
Don't
right.
ever. Don't ever. I go, come sit with me for a day and see if it helps.
But it's worked
I'm
for
miserable.
you. It's worked.
Oh, yeah. I lost weight. I'm fit. I can run 5 miles.
Right.
Oh. But you know what?
Whoopee!
You know what happens? When I tackle a Christmas tree, they
Yeah.
go, sir, you're sober. I go, I'm shocked too.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I don't know how this is
We're gonna
happening.
take you in for public drunkenness. Go
Yeah.
ahead, test me
No,
right now.
I just tackled it because I'm full of anger. I miss Jameson. Yeah.
I went a couple months without. I had a few shots. How many shots did I have the other night?
18.
Bullshit. I had like 3. It was 3, right?
Yeah.
3 was the over under. Over under at 3.
I'd take the over.
You take the over. 4 tops.
4.
What was
They
it
gave us tickets.
shots at that other place.
at the Orleans? Oh, the
These
other
are
hotel?
all.
Oh, that's
it-
worse than an
Wait, in your defense,
You may as well go jump in the
his
tree now.
defense, real drinkers, there's certain locations that are designed, and I saw this on a scientific study.
Yes.
New Orleans, you go and you're like,
I was in New Orleans.
Yeah,
when I was in New Orleans,
South
I
Point
drank.
makes me want to get a little crazy.
See?
At the, Friday nights at Dirty at 12:30.
I haven't done that show yet.
How do you not do that
I
show?
don't know.
You have your own studio in
I don't.
here.
I know. I don't know this game.
Wait, does South Point know you're here, or is this invisible to the others?
No, I know it's right over here in the lounge. I haven't done it. I was with Craig Shoemaker a couple weeks ago. He's like, "Come on, let's go down and do it."
You got to do it. Well,
Okay.
tonight you're going to do my show at LA Comedy Club, which I'm pumped to have you on.
Yeah, it's
I'm
gonna be
10
good.
p.m. 5 nights.
Yeah, 5 nights. You do Wednesday through Sunday.
I do Thursday through Monday.
Thursday through Monday.
And 10 o'clock show. And then, I work the Cellar. I work Brad's. I'm doing New Year's Eve with Brad.
Yeah, I saw
Garrett
that.
this year. We're both, it's all that connection from Hollywood. I do the Factory still. And then this coming 2024, every Sunday, I'll be at Kimmel's with Brett Ernst.
Oh,
so
wow.
we're doing you have to do that show
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Butch and Brett.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a great show.
Yeah, it'll be fun, man.
I haven't checked out. They all look. All the clubs I've seen pictures. I haven't been to. I was at the Laugh Factory, but the other ones are really nice.
Yeah, well, the LA Comedy Club is so strange because I was totally fried from touring.
Right.
Fried, as you know.
Right.
And how it gets, you don't realize. I landed here, and then I'm like, I'm going to do opposite Butch Bradley, or I'm not going to make it. Because everybody's younger, and everyone's like, let's have a couple cocktails.
Yeah,
and I'm
right.
like, does anyone know what day it is?
Is it midnight?
So, I just started, and when I first got here, the Strat was falling apart.
Yeah.
And upstairs looked like a 1980s mall. And when I was walking towards my first day of work, I went, this is the end of my career.
Right.
I literally did. And then it made me so strong, this little dirty, amazing room they
Nice.
had, Matt and Joaquin. And then all of a sudden, by a miracle, PTs buys the Strat, drops $250 million into it. And then against all of my cranky whining, something great happened. And
Okay.
downstairs, $3.5 million comedy club. And it's gorgeous. It's
Oh, my
like the
God.
Comedy Store.
Oh wow.
And for you and I, the city's just filled with comedy. You got
Yeah.
LA, you got the Laugh Factory, you got the Cellar, you got Kimmel's, you got Brad's. I mean, and the Dirty at 12:30. So
Yeah.
we're really blessed.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
show. I think we tweeted out a picture of you performing here at the Dirty for 12:30.
Oh God, this show reminds me. It is such a good challenge,
And it's free, by the way.
it's free,
It's
which
free
makes
at
it
the South
deadly
Point.
for us.
Yeah, we don't like free usually. If they don't pay cover charge, they don't respect the show. So that's usually a show you
Yeah.
don't want to do.
Yeah.
But I've heard good things.
No, this is the best, unique. There really is no other show like The Dirty. It's a lot of celebrities show up that have performed at the other shows, music. There's a lot of adult film stars.
Okay.
It's like one of those moments where you're on stage and you're like, why do I know that? I should not know that. why, what's going right? Yeah. You're like shaking the hands of a man and you're like, you have an amazing penis. Amazing.
Wish I had a dime for
Sorry.
every time I heard that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
but your show, it's going to be great. Like having a residency, I mean, that's unbelievable. That's really a huge thing, buddy.
Yeah, it's really, it's a blessing,
Yeah.
My improv is what.
I was going to say, you're working on new stuff all the time.
I
right?
do
You have
like
to.
a new 40, 50% of the show is new.
Right.
You get up like you're doing right now, you're riffing dialogue.
Sure.
I take my premises, I run them, and then I run through the audience, and it got me a couple of awards here in the city.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
got NPR award, because some guys are like, you got Best of Vegas. It doesn't mean anything. And I was like, NPR says I'm funny too.
The National Public Radio?
Yes, that's right. It's a big thing. Ask Ryan.
Yeah.
He's actually
Yeah.
listening to them now.
Yeah.
He's like, well, news from the Middle East. No, but
That's tremendous. I mean, I can't wait for tonight. It's 10 o'clock. I'll be there.
you could come down anytime and do spots.
I know. We've talked a couple weeks ago, and then things just got crazy. But yeah, no, I'm coming.
Well, now that we're together for the Christmas Tree Tackle Challenge.
Oh my God, Christmas tree tackling.
Yeah, so
I'm not going to donate.
we can't do it at the Strat or South Point, but
I
New
know.
Orleans, I feel like they accept it.
We'll go to Flamingo.
We'll go somewhere where neither of us are
You know Flamingo?
working.
What do you got?
There's the LA Comedy Club.
Oh, there's the LA Cat. There's your room right there.
Oh, there it is. That's it. It's a really cool spot. Very
How many
blue.
does that hold?
It's like 270 or
Nice.
something.
Yeah, it's good
And
size.
The 10
Low
p.m.
ceiling.
I'm really proud of because it literally we're jammed, but it's such an LA, New York audience.
Okay.
It's so diverse.
Yeah.
And that's the thing sometimes, I miss from going to New York or LA or like a city,
Yeah.
you know, and the 10 p.m.'s diverse.
I love it.
It's got a little bit of chocolate sundae in it, a little bit of
Spencer.
Latino night.
Nice.
You know, remember all those
Oh, I
shows
remember Chris
we
Spencer's
did?
Chocolate
They're like
Sundaes.
Asian Invasion. I'm like, you know, little did we know all of those can get you canceled today, you know?
It's
Who
amazing.
named that show
I know,
Asian
right?
Invasion?
Yeah, I know.
Look,
I know.
look.
And Chocolate Sundays was great. It was Chris
Chocolate
Spencer on
Sundae. Yeah,
Sundays at the Laugh
and
Factory.
Pookie.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
We're talking like the salad days here. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So you're a New Yorker, New Jersey or New York?
Jersey.
New Jersey. So are you a Giants or Jets guy?
Okay, I told you this on the phone. This is really sensitive because my family, this kind of talk could cause a fight at Thanksgiving
all right.
or Christmas. So my uncle's best friend used to manage the Jets, and you'd have to look him up. I can't remember his name, but he's a cool guy. I got to
Okay.
be on the field.
Oh, really? Wow.
But the rest of
Rich
the
Kotite,
No.
Joe Walton.
No.
Okay.
Try again.
Herman Edwards.
Like 6 years ago.
Rex Ryan.
Out of Linwood, New Jersey. Ryan will find in 2 seconds. So,
He'll
but
find it.
but mostly Phillies fans, Philadelphia,
Oh,
Phillies,
okay.
because New Jersey had nothing.
Right.
Until the devil showed.
Right, yeah.
So it was always that. So I had my little plastic coat as a child, and we lost every year.
Right.
Like every year we lost. And I had that stupid coat I wore to school. And kids would go, you know.
But was it sponsored by like some sort of giveaway, the plastic coat, right? It was usually like Kroger's.
No, my grandfather made sure every year we had a new one. The vinyl, the Letterman sweat, the Letterman jackets.
Those. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. So but they just wouldn't win. Philly wouldn't win. You know, they just wouldn't win when we needed them to win. Now they're killing it or whatever. They look like a different team and all. But my heart, I was one of those people that were so upset. And then I was a child and I'm like, I like the Chargers because they have a lightning bolt.
It's a good reason, though. I mean,
There are fans like me.
Yeah.
And when I bet sports, I just go, what do I feel? Like I do mojo.
This is probably a better
You
way
know what
than
I mean?
do
Like
it.
someone
This is
walks
much
by in
better
a
than
purple dress,
Yes,
and I'm like, everything
Vikings.
on Minnesota.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
I see signs like that too. If I do the same
like
thing.
you know the knowledge, but I feel like that
Yeah.
blocks you from the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Now you're a big. You're into the UFC stuff a lot too.
I'm
right?
in the UFC.
Okay.
I'm, you know, all those guys come to shows. So, and I train. I've been training since
Yeah,
I was
saw
a
some
kid.
video. Yeah, okay. I didn't
But
know that. Yeah.
I train for like a human like me. You
Okay.
know, like my ears are not.
Yeah, you don't have cauliflower ear. Yeah.
Yeah. When they're like, we're taking you to the ground, I go, oh, I'm good.
Tapping out. I'm done.
I'm good. I don't want my sciatic to kick out. I have a show. I'm a show.
But yeah, a lot of the UFC guys obviously live in Vegas because the new
Frank Mir, unbelievable. I go do his podcast. The most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. This giant opens. He's in little shorts with a little chihuahua with a little pink skirt, and he's barefoot. And I remember his feet. I was like, his foot is the size of me. And he's like, thanks for coming by. We're going to do the podcast. And you're not sounding like that, Frank, if you're listening.
Yeah,
this
right.
is just a voice. You know, and he was like, come on in. I was like, this feels like like I'm dead.
Yeah.
This is scarier than anything ever. He's like, come in. He sat down. He's just staring at me, petting that little dog. Yeah, but
That's intimidating.
But incredible guys. They're
Yeah.
all like normal and nice
Well,
guys.
who's the Russian guy? Feder. I interviewed him for something a long time ago, and he put me in sleeper hold. And they don't, you know, when they're like, oh, okay, the goofy comedian, and they want to let you know.
They want to let
They
you.
do.
I can't believe we have this in common.
He did, and he did that, and I went, and it, you know,
Yeah, you felt it. You're like, I can't remember my childhood.
yeah, he was. He's a UFC guy, a Russian guy,
lot of
legendary. What's that?
There's a lot of those.
I know, but he was like known for he choked me, but he did it just for like just enough to go.
Frank was telling me the story where he broke the famous arm break, and he said he's got the guy that one of the big championships he won, and he said I looked right at the ref and I went, and you know, and he's like, you know, he's not tapping, and the ref was like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And Frank was like, bang,
And break his.
and when he told the story, I just was like, ooh,
Yeah, I know, right? I'm holding my arms right now like that.
right.
And then Diamond Dallas Page also did. He was on Street Smarts. We had a celebrity wrestling week, and he choked me out too a little bit. So
The
I've had it.
Joker hold is a
I've had
really
it twice.
frightening, unfun drunk toy.
Well, they're Russian. His arms were like.
Was
my
it?
thigh.
Was it a heavyweight?
Yeah.
Was it Alexei Olenek?
No, there was an F and Fedor, something like Fedor. Anyway, the man nearly killed me, ladies and gentlemen. Fedor, Fader, Terry Fader. He had a puppet, and the puppet choked me out. And the noises came out of him, but the puppet was strangling me. It wasn't
That
Terry
is
Fader.
hilarious.
The famous ventriloquist on the strip. Oh, wait. Does Jeff have it, maybe?
Yeah, I don't want to say that last
Vader?
name.
Oh.
Dude, I'm like the ordinary sports guy.
Yeah.
I love all full contact sports. Okay.
Yeah.
My parents got divorced when I was little. I think I met my dad 3 times. So full contact sports help.
Fedor,
Okay.
You don't know
Emelianenko?
I would play defensive end in high school.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Crazy, right?
Right.
Because I was just like hit.
You had the
kill,
motor.
hit,
Yeah, right.
kill, the motor, right. And I rode. My high school had a crew team that
Oh,
was
wow.
like 3. So I knew I rode. I coxswained. I played lacrosse.
Wait, is he allowed to say that on the show? And are we good? You could've said it.
Coxswain. Yeah. But
And there's a movie. George Clooney has a movie coming
a
out.
movie coming out right now.
Yeah, right around Christmas time
Yeah.
about a crew team, some miracle crew team.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah, it's a true story. It looks really good. I saw the
Yeah.
preview just the other night.
It sucks because I'm you know how many scripts you have in your head. I have one in my head, and I'm like, well, there goes that.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, and I played lacrosse. My mom moved us to Vermont, and I discovered lacrosse.
Okay.
So I played lacrosse throughout with all these kids who were like mind blowing, and then I played in college. Went to Richard Stockton College in Jersey. No one's ever heard
Dickie
of.
Stockton. Yeah.
And then I
an
played
announcer.
semi-pro right after.
Did you really?
Yeah, like all those summer league teams, like mine, all these. I'm like 3rd tier.
Right.
Fast, big heart. I
Right.
can hit.
Right.
You know, shoot a goal, wake up a day later because someone
like the eyes rolling back in
someone
your
like
head.
Ryan's age like laid me out. Was like, go to bed,
Old man.
old man. This isn't Willy Wonka. You're not dancing today. You know. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Brilliant reference for anyone out there
Yes.
that will get that joke.
Well, and the new Wonka comes out also. We're doing a movie show
Yeah.
now.
But I got to play lacrosse in China, dude.
Really?
I lived in
No,
Shanghai.
you were
for a
huge
year.
compared to them. Oh, you didn't play against them.
Well, you know what's funny? In some ways, that's true. I was very big
Right.
in China, but we played. It's like expats. So
Right.
a lot of Americans that just came out of Division I schools.
Oh, God.
That were young. So I took a beating, but I got to play in Shanghai.
That's really cool.
It was cool. And you know what they would do,
Fascinating life.
dude? They chug beers and go out. Chug. I was
Sapporo.
like, yo, dude, I was the Christmas tree. Yeah.
It's better to be the hitter than the Christmas tree. It's better to be Kiefer than the Christmas tree. If we learned anything, but we've been talking about him coming on the show for a couple weeks. Finally got it to work out. I can't wait to come down tonight. 10 o'clock show.
Excited to have you. I'm there Thursday to Monday, 10 p.m. Anytime you ever want to come down
Yeah.
and do a set.
Absolutely.
I love having you.
Yeah,
You're more
this
than
is great.
welcome. And this isn't for all comics out there,
Yeah,
okay?
just me.
All right?
Just me.
him. Unless you take a Christmas tree down on
Yeah,
video, then you get 7 minutes at the spot.
Is there water?
There is water in the tree.
Yeah.
There's water in the tree.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, brother.
Thank you, Butch.
Thank you, Vegas, for supporting me here in Vegas. Without you guys, I would not be just loving life. So
Butch
thank
Brad,
you.
and by the way, we have another Jersey guy coming on right after you.
Who do you got?
Jeff Parles, the host of Sports by the Book. He's here every
Nice.
Thursday. They're going to talk Jersey on this 2-minute
6:09.
break. We'll be right back. And I hurt my shoulder on the tree.
Once you've satisfied your hunger, get ready for more of the hottest casino games in Vegas. Our 24-hour, 30-table non-smoking poker room proudly hosts all the most popular poker games with a variety of betting limits. Visit the poker room for a schedule of daily tournaments. Whether you're going to hold 'em or fold 'em, the best place for poker is at South Point Casino. You'll notice that our craps tables are usually the loudest in the casino. If you've never played, join one of our free craps lessons to find out what makes this game so exciting. Check with the craps dealer for schedules and give it a roll. Bingo is also an exciting way to spend your time. We offer 7 sessions of bingo every day. And each session includes a cash ball jackpot, 12 bingo games, a progressive double action game, and a $10,000 bonus coverall. Electronic units are available. If you haven't played bingo with us, give it a try today. Guests can also get in on the action at our one-of-a-kind race and sports books. 2 separate rooms designed to maximize your experience and comfort. Our sports book, with over 400 seats, puts you right in the middle of the action, 24 hours a day. The friendly ticket writers are happy to help, and it's conveniently located next to the famous Del Mar Deli, where you'll find supersized portions of delicious deli items like roast beef, pastrami, and Reuben sandwiches, or soups, salads, and pizza. Plus spectacular desserts fit for a king. And right next door is the race book. Over 150 seats, each with its own TV screen. There are 16 interactive player terminals, so you can bet right from your seat.
Frank Nicotero punchlines back. Tackled the Christmas tree. I didn't realize it's a pretty solid tree. Pretty solid $49 tree that Sean got for us. I'm fine. Acting. Oh, crap. Anyway, Butch Bradley, thanks for coming in. We have another guy from the East Coast, Jeff Parles, the host of Sports by the Book. He'll be here today, obviously, doing the show live at 3 p.m., and I will be on at 3:40 somewhere in the hotel. It's a mystery where I'll be, but it's going to be the first time we've ever done anything like this. So make sure you watch Sports by the Book.
Wait a second. It's the second time we've done something like this.
That's true.
It'll
be the first time.
It's the first time won't know where you will be, even though I do know where you will be.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It did and it didn't.
Okay, good. That's what I was going for.
So, we did on this day in sports, and we might as well do one that we did. We ran out of time because we want to get Butch on. Barry Sanders, who I got to see play live. My buddy Mike and I, his brother lived in Detroit. He's like, you got to come up to the Silver Dome. You got to see Barry Sanders play. We went up and saw him play against the Niners. And Barry Sanders, he rushed for like 140 or something. But, it was a classic Barry Sanders game. He ran, his first 4 runs were for like a yard, and then he busted off like a 35-yard. And he was just amazing to watch. So Barry did
They did not. The following year, they made the AFC title game, lost to John Elway and the Broncos, and then that was basically the peak of the franchise, Frank.
There you go. Well, with Rex Ryan, you guys faced the Steelers.
Back-to-back. Made it back-to-back. Trust me, the 2010 one against the Steelers, the Jets played legitimately the worst half they played the whole season in the first half. We're down 24-0, got it back to 24-19, and then they just ran out of time.
Right, I remember that.
Antonio Brown made the play on third down, of course, pre-CTE.
That's what he used to do.
It's interesting because it said on that clip he was the 3rd player ever to rush.
At the time, he was the 3rd ever, right? Okay. And I was like, I think there's only one more, and there was like 5 more.
Yep.
Okay, so
we have the chart. Go for it.
Look, we're gonna try this.
Don't look.
I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look.
So obviously, who were the first?
So of course we have Eric Dickerson.
All time still at 2,105 yards in 16 games.
Yes, it's still the most impressive rushing feat there is.
He was amazing.
You have Adrian Peterson, who nearly beat that record as well.
Peterson, 2,097. He was only 8 yards short.
Obviously, you have Barry Sanders.
That's
3. You have Chris Johnson, who was CJ2K.
That's the one we were talking about.
So that's 4.
Yeah.
Jim Brown ever do 2000?
No, but think around that era. Think the first guy to do it. He's more famous for something else.
More famous for something else.
He was also an actor in Hollywood.
OJ?
It was O.J. Simpson.
OJ was the first.
OJ.
More famous for his acting career, of course.
Walter Payton didn't do it.
No,
right?
Payton didn't do it?
He couldn't have because Barry was the 3rd.
That's right.
Then OJ and
so it was,
and then who are the other 3?
Denver Broncos. Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis
at 2,008 yards. I did not remember him doing it. Jamal Lewis, I remember.
That I should have known.
Yeah, because he killed the Steelers.
Because that was so random that he was the one who got there, and then Derrick Henry.
And he ran over the Steelers, and then Derrick Henry did it, and that was another one I said to Ryan.
That was a pandemic year. You probably weren't paying attention in 2020.
That's it. I said to Ryan, I said, Derrick Henry did it? He goes, pandemic. I went, that makes sense. But what an impressive one.
So 4 of those 8 ended up winning MVP. 7 of the 8 won Offensive Player of the Year. Do you know which one did not win Offensive Player of the Year?
Adrian Peterson. I don't know.
No, Adrian Peterson won the MVP.
Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry didn't because they gave it.
He won Offensive Player of the Year. He did not win MVP.
Henry definitely wanted that year.
Well, maybe OJ? No, OJ probably got. Okay.
My guess would be Terrell Davis in '98. But
who's left? Jamal Lewis.
So then it has to.
Eric Dickerson.
What?
Did not win Offensive Player of the Year. Do you know
who was?
Dan Marino.
That
Okay,
was the
fair
year he
enough.
threw for
Fair
48 touchdowns, I think.
So Marino was the MVP and the
wow.
So you had two of the best offensive statistical
Ever.
single seasons ever. Both
Right.
are in 84.
That's when he threw for 5,000 yards, I think, right? Or yeah.
What,
Or was it 4,000? And that was the mark.
Dolphins made the Super Bowl
They
that year,
got
right?
crushed. That
and
was
got annihilated by the Niners.
by the Niners.
Is that right?
Yep. That was
Is
his
right?
second
Is
year
that
in
Ryan?
the league. Yeah.
Is that right?
84?
Yeah.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
just double checked
That was his second year in the league, and he thought he'd go back to the Super Bowl a million times.
And then never went back.
And he never went back because they never had a defense. But wow, that's amazing that Dickerson didn't win it. I was at a party once.
OJ with 2,000 yards in 14 games.
I remember
is
that number because I had a football card. So I was at a party of my buddy Frank Murgy, who watches the show all the time. And it was packed. He lived in this mansion with like 4 other people in Studio City there. And I look across the room, and there's a guy leaning on a railing, and I'm like, and I walk over, I'm like, are you Eric Dickerson? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what are you doing at this? How did you? He goes, I don't know. I came with some buddies. There was like 100 people. These parties were epic.
And then why was he on his own then?
Maybe his friends were in the restroom, or I don't know. But Eric Dickerson was at this party.
With you living in Los Angeles,
I know,
as long as you did, you have to have this treasure trove of just absurd meet and greets.
It's true, but it only
people.
comes up when if someone said, sit down and make a list of the celebrities you've met.
It would be hard for you to do it.
But when stories come up and when I see that and I go, oh yeah, I saw him at a party, or, like George Clooney or just any of these people, it's just, you don't remember till their name I couldn't sit down. Someone once said, I used to do this radio show in Pittsburgh a lot. They're like, all right, every time I drop a name, they'd ring a bell. So I'd be on like once a month, I'd call them from LA and they'd be like, bing, ding. And then one time I just sat down, I go, I know I can't, it's, you see them a lot. It's just, they're everyday people. You see them around and then.
Well, it's a different universe.
It
just really is.
It's very bizarre. You're in line behind someone. I was at Ralph's really late one night and it was Burt Young who played Paulie in the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
And we were the only two. It was like 2 a.m. and there was only one lane open. I'm like, oh, this guy's got like 10 items. And it was him. And I talked to him about Pope of Greenwich Village, and I didn't even talk about Rocky, and he loved it. So we have a couple other things we want to talk about with Jeff. I mean, we have a lot of games coming up. What was the other thing we had a video of?
Not video. It was DeVito.
Oh, Tommy DeVito. So he registered a bunch of trademarks.
As he should.
Tommy Cutlets, the passing Paisano.
What are the chances that, because they're supposedly going to make food as well?
Yeah, pasta sauce, energy drinks.
I mean, how? There's no way the food's good, right?
No, it's
like there's no chance that the food can possibly be good.
They do a deal with like ragu and then just slap a label on it.
Look, Rayo's is one of the best Italian restaurants in the country.
Yes.
And
I don't mind the sauce out of the jar.
You get the pasta sauce.
It's pretty good.
It's solid. Like that's as good as you're going to get. But then you try something else. It's like you're better off just attempting to make it on your own.
See, I'm embarrassed. I didn't know that was an actual restaurant, the Rayo's.
Are you really?
I tried all the lowest sugar sauces when I was ketoing pretty hard, which I'll be doing in January. And I went with that one, and it's pretty much. I mean, it's not my mom's.
Rayo's is the hardest table in New York, basically.
Well, see, that's why I didn't. Now that you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, I think I have heard of it. But it's good jar sauce.
My parents are fortunate to eat there once because of a family friend of my mom's who
was
trained.
this the Jets head coach?
No, it was not. We were trying to figure out who that was.
Right.
No, well, this is a good one, real quick. My Jimmy Ventura, who was a family friend of my mom's growing up, and then family down the road as well. Trained horses for Steinbrenner in Tampa Bay.
Oh my gosh!
So he had all the hookups around New York City, and he had all the hookups. I went to a whole lot of. I'm a Met fan, obviously.
Okay.
I went to a lot of Yankee opening days because we would get the Steinbrenner tickets right on the dugout. Which was pretty sick.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Wow. All right, and then there was one more thing we had.
Yeah, we had the Chargers social media post earlier today.
Okay, you know
what the Cameron Dicker thing?
Have you seen this?
I have. It was brilliant.
It's just roll it. We have to. So Cameron Dicker is now my favorite kicker. He wants to be the Pro Bowl kicker. So he cut this together.
My name is Cameron Dicker, and I'll kick for you.
Kicking field goals. I can jump real high. I can kick.
Doesn't matter. I'll make.
I love it.
I love the Mike Green over the top of it.
Hysterical.
Ready to go.
Got a picture of his leg.
Believe me? Ask him.
Cameron Dicker is a really good kicker. He's outstanding, and I love him.
And I did not edit that. So
I did not edit that.
Kick for you at the Pro Bowl.
He wants to be in Orlando. All right. If they have a team editor at the Chargers, whoever that is.
Well, the Chargers social media people are legendary.
I didn't know.
Because, of course, they have the initial accidentally not signing out of the team account, taking my wife to P.F. Chang's tweet, which is immortal.
I don't even know about this.
Okay, all right, Ryan.
What is this?
Pull it up real quick.
Wait, what?
No, you'll see it in a second. But it's
Okay.
immortal, and it basically is the greatest tweet in the history of the NFL. Also, by the way, that commercial, real quick. Are you an Always Sunny guy?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Cat mittens
what
for
did
kid,
he-
cat,
I forget-
cat mittens, kitten mittens. Yeah, that was like a Charlie commercial. Charlie and Mac.
no. So that commercial is actually more. They did this promoting one of the seasons. I forget what it was, but it was Charlie's uncle Jack Kelly.
Always wears the hand.
Jack Kelly, who wears the fake
right,
hands.
Right. Yeah.
They had him do a law commercial for his law firm.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And they did that. It was very similar
Similar
to
to
that. It's one of the funnier like non on the air Always Sunny things.
I have
you're
to
ever
look
gonna
that
see.
up because I never watched that show.
Because he did the fake hands and everything.
I never watched the show till COVID.
You haven't?
And then we just started binging it, and I'm like, why was I never watching it?
I haven't watched it probably in about 2-3
Oh,
years,
it's
but
still
I need to
good.
go back.
It's still good.
Because those guys are so
The
fun.
new ones are good. And we went down when COVID was closed. We went and saw like the Modern Family House, and then we went down and saw downtown LA is where they shoot Sunny.
Yeah.
And we just stared at it and was like, all right, let's put our masks on and go back home. I was like, we had nothing to do. So what was this?
All
tweet?
right, Ryan can pull it up. So this is from 2007,
Okay.
and it's clearly someone who worked for the Chargers
So hungry.
just forgot to log out of the Chargers account, and we ended up with these immortal tweets. So hungry, need to find my wife and head to P.F. Chang's. By the way, this is like 2 weeks after the Super Bowl in 2007. And then 2 days later, P.F. Chang's is so good. Never deleted the tweets the Chargers did.
So how did it happen?
It's very simple. The people who run the Twitter accounts, like this happened like in my previous job more often than we would like it to.
Okay.
Where someone would forget to log out of the account
Okay.
for the company.
Right.
Instead of going onto their personal
So
account.
someone jumped on and
Oh, clearly they
Right,
forgot
yeah.
to log out and log into their own personal account. But that tweet lives again.
Oh, my God.
I would say Ryan probably agrees with me on this. I think it's probably one of the when Twitter, whenever it disappears,
I never saw
at
that.
some point we know Twitter will some point fall apart.
Right.
But whenever it falls apart, that is one of the 5 greatest tweets in the history of the website. It just is.
Yeah.
And by the way, ask me where I'm getting dinner tonight.
You're going to P.F.
I
Chang's.
can't stop thinking about P.F. Chang's hot and sour soup now. P.F.
Are you
Chang's.
going to go now?
The one right at Town Center is really good. It's the Mongolian beef. Oh my God.
You know they have them at all of the P.F. Chang's. Right?
I know, but there was something about this.
There's something about the
at
Town Square one?
The Town Square one
Yeah.
was really, really good. What are you giggling about?
What's going on now?
Jerry has his own Sonic page on YouTube and everything and Twitter, and so he's almost posted his content on the
Very similar to that.
Yeah.
No, hey, look, it was
Jerry's done a great
honestly
job with
our
our
ratings
page.
would
Jerry's
go up
done-
if
doing
Jerry
great.
did that.
That's probably
to be
true.
honest
We
with
need
you.
that.
Our ratings would go up. And again, by the way, shout out to Jerry real quick.
Yeah.
Jerry's the best.
Shout out to Jerry because we finally saw Jerry's Sonic Mobile
Yeah.
the other
I was
night.
in it.
You were in it.
I was
you
in
thought
it.
you lost your wallet.
I was in it. I was
Uh,
there. I was in it, but I don't really.
Yeah.
I was fine. I remember.
Yeah. So shout out to Jerry. Also shout out to our guy Sean. Oh, what are you pointing to Jerry for?
Well, no, I'm just.
Oh, we have a camera now.
cluing
Look,
who
we
it
can
is.
see in
Oh,
that.
we have a.
We
So
have a
see,
camera
oh,
now.
look at that. Look
Yeah,
at the camera.
brand
So
new.
Jerry's in the one in the black waving there. Sean's on the near side to the camera. Who I did not realize that our guy is a culinary whiz. I did not realize that.
He went to school for it. I believe.
I
right?
did
Or-
not realize it. And Sean, the gentleman that he is,
Yeah.
made us all Christmas treats, and
Yeah.
the Christmas treats are now gone because
They're
we ate through
unbelievable.
them in 2 days.
Yeah, we did. The little what are the little chocolate things you made? What is it with the little squares?
The one that were kind of like to me, it
Kitchen
kind
by
of
the
tasted
book.
like fudge. Almost.
Yeah. Almond roca.
Okay.
Whatever it was almond gano.
It was delicious. It was delicious.
Professional. And don't shake your head at that joke. That was genius. So we have two. We should talk about NFL quickly.
We
here.
should.
I like the
We
Rams.
already have. We already brought the Chargers up.
We did.
I brought up the
Speaking
veto.
of the other team in LA, I like the Rams tonight, -4.
I have no idea.
Sean McVay, 6-1 after a bye week, on a short week. 6-1 on a short week, and 3-0 at home on a short week. He's probably a better coach than was it Dennis
He's
Allen?
slightly better than Dennis.
Yeah,
Allen.
I'd say he's
just
won a Super Bowl.
just a hair,
Just
right?
a little bit. I
Dennis
like the
Allen
Rams
is bottom
tonight.
3 coach. I have nothing on this.
I might buy him down under 4, maybe 3.
Yeah, don't do that. Just lay your 4. Just do that. I have no idea on this game. Both teams are amazingly in the playoff hunt. They're
Yeah.
both 7-7. Seattle getting back in the mix with that last drive. I feel great for Drew.
That was amazing.
I covered Drew in Missouri.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was there. I was
man.
there his whole career.
And that his post game interview was one of the best of the year.
Great for him.
Yeah,
he had a really up and down NFL career.
Yeah,
as a second round draft pick for the Broncos a few years back, but. This is an important game in the NFC tonight because the Saints are 7-7. Even though I think the Saints are terrible.
Again, they're quietly. We talked about when they were 5-4. I said to you, this is a very quiet 5-4 team.
Again, they're taking the only reason they're alive. They had the weakest schedule going into the year, and it's panned out to be the weakest schedule in the NFL. I have no say. I have no say for this game tonight. By the way, I like the
little box.
The little box.
Yeah, what's that? That's new.
It's really nice.
And ladies and gentlemen, we haven't shouted out and.
Look at that. I like the under tonight as well.
Okay, 45. Okay, under 45. I do like that. Yeah, usually we had the graphics laid over.
Wait, hold on a second. You like the under?
No. No. I mean, I like the graphic.
I was shocked.
I like the under. Tears for friars. Tears for fear of freezing. No, I don't like the under. I can never bet an under.
I was going to say, if you bet the under, we have to stop the show. The show's over. I don't know how we can
Frankie
recover
overs.
from that. You want Frankie overs.
I got to register Frankie overs. See if that go to GoDaddy.
I'm sure so. Already worked out well for you once there, Frank.
Well, whatever you do, don't go to my personal website. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. It's my website is not a .com, it's a .net. Just don't go.
FrankNicotero.com. Don't go.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
FrankNicotero.net is the website that's very archaic, and I didn't even realize
it's not .org somehow.
Oh, is it still on my Twitter page that way?
Yeah. .com. I told you that about a month ago.
I nearly made the mistake of clicking on it, but I was reminded don't do it.
I can do that. I can change that on this telephone. I can figure out how to do
You can change it on your laptop. You can do it however you want, Frank.
Hold on.
See,
Done.
Now, it looks great.
And bingo, we're in. There we go.
You should honestly keep it at .com on your thing. That's a really someone's gonna be like, oh, I want to hire this guy because he's funny, and then you get that.
Wow, the picture on your actual website is it's a rotating thing. That's nice.
What is
your website?
Oh yeah, it rotates, right? I haven't been on that website. The last thing I probably talked about was...
Look.
Oh, my God, what is that?
Wait a second. Look how dreamy Frank's
those are
eyes
some headshots.
Now.
That's what it's if I wear blue, they pop.
Wow.
They pop blue. See, I'm wearing blue today. Do they look blue? Do they look blue? I'm looking at I put my eye to the microphone. Do they look, there's a camera in here, right, Ann? Is my eye blue?
That'd be scary.
They should be popping with the blue.
I mean, again, the professional pictures just
they were perfect. They're a little. It was done by Ellen DeGeneres' sister-in-law.
Syracuse against
Syracuse
playing
Sacred Heart.
They're playing South Florida.
South Florida.
Oh, an old Big East rivalry, Frank.
There you go. See,
right?
That's what
Remember
I like.
that?
Derek Coleman in there.
Yeah.
And Donovan McNabb was a quarterback when I was a kid there, too.
I thought South Florida was what, in the Big East for about 7 years?
Yeah.
When the Big East got them, and DePaul's still in the Big East. But again, just...
yeah, it's not a big game.
And it's basically a home game. Isn't it an actual home game for South Florida tonight?
Yeah, it's in Boca
Yeah, it's an
Raton,
actual
Florida.
home game for South Florida.
Hold on.
Is your eye okay?
I pulled my contact.
What's going on?
Something, you know what it was? When I put my eye close to the microphone, some of the fur got into my contact. You don't want to see this. I'm just going to put it's a hard lens. I'm going to put it back in. Yeah, and thank you.
All right, well, I'll just talk while Frank is incapacitated.
You could wrap the show up maybe.
No, I'm not going to do that. By the way, I'm not going to do that. You have to be the one who wraps it up. We could honestly go right into our meeting at 2:00. It would upset everyone back there and me because we all want to go eat lunch.
Yeah. Can I go to lunch too today?
Yes, of course you can. You're always welcome.
Oh, I get to go down to
you get some free lunch.
Free lunch that no one told me about for the last 3 months. I've been spending money on food. They go, well, there's a whole thing. We get downstairs to this beautiful cafeteria. I go, how's this work? I left my wallet upstairs. Like, it's the land of free.
It's everything. Just employees only.
I just expected someone to sing Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka. Come with me and you'll see in a world.
So instead of getting chucked in the head with chocolate, you're going to get chucked in the head with a sandwich.
I'll take egg salad, whatever the
At
sandwich.
least you won't have any Oompa Loompas jumping out at you.
Yeah, well, no Oompa Loompas.
Are you scared of the Oompa Loompas?
I was taken out of the theater by my parents when the Oompa Loompas came on because I said these are not normal.
Well, you were right on that.
They were orange with green hair. And they were huge. They were tall because I was very short back then too. I horrified. I mean, my dad had to run me out. You have vivid memory. That's like one of those memories that I remember.
Wow.
I had to be rushed out of the theater.
You know what? How old were you?
Probably 3 or 4.
I can't really blame.
No, this was the Johnny Depp version. I was 27 years old. My dad had to carry me out. I was like, so that's from like 72, I think, 71, 72. I was like 3.
I can't blame you. I mean, look,
they were frightening. And they were singing and dancing.
A 4-year-old, and I mean, again, like, there's some stuff for a 4-year-old kid that's pretty terrifying.
Well, you remember the Wonka wash when they go through and he's screaming, and the waters are getting higher, and the red lights. That scared me too.
Yeah, I mean, like Augustus Gloop getting stuck in the piping. Like, that's pretty scary. A Violet Beauregard turning into an actual blueberry.
And I met
that's stuff of nightmares.
And I used to go to these conventions where people would come in. My cousin would always take us to these at the Beverly
Did I get the names right, by the way? Of the
I met Mike TV. You did. Augustus Gloop.
You did a great job.
And Beauregard. Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah.
And then Violet, you're turning violet. All right, we've talked enough about movies and chocolate. Butch Bradley, you came in here and killed it. Jeff came in, kept the heat going. Funny show, great show. I'll be back on Sports by the Book. You're here at 3 o'clock.
And he's somewhere in the building.
I'll be somewhere in the South Point. Now, you remember, the South Point, it's a massive property. It's over like 4,000 square feet. And 4,000? Or like 40,000. 4,000 square feet's like a house. Wow. A big house. Anyway, it's a huge property. I will be somewhere on the property, and I'm very excited to be doing that today at 3:40. And then I'll be at the LA Comedy Club tonight with Butch Bradley. Thanks for coming in, Butch. Jeff Parles, as always, stay away from the game tonight, in your opinion. You don't like anything? You like the under if you had to give something out?
If I had to, yeah, I'm going to stay out. I
like the Rams. I'm going to take Dickerson's over. What's Eric Dickerson's over?
What about Marshall Faulk?
Marshall Faulk, his all-purpose yards in this game, maybe.
Deuce McAllister? Like, we can start rolling through all these old guys.
The square footage of the casino is over 130,000.
130,000. I was only off
just the casino.
Just the casino? And then you got the whole horse
hotel,
arena?
Yeah.
Where our buddy Steve
This is a
Stallworth
gigantic place.
It's massive. Upstairs, you got bowling and movies. All right, 2 o'clock meeting coming up. We're going to go get some food. We'll see you tomorrow for our final episode before Christmas. We're very excited about that. Oh, my God. Comedian legend Bob Zaney will be here. He's playing at the Brad Garrett Comedy Club. You've seen Bob Zaney before. Trust me. He's hysterical. He'll be here tomorrow. And Alex will be here tomorrow. And she has her friend Stephanie coming in. So a big show tomorrow. We're done. Punchlines, Nevada. Live in Nevada every show.